big customer was so angry at you, they sued you for $500 million, and they're still paying you for your services today. That's CrowdStrike. And when I realized that, I started digging deeper. The more I looked, the more I loved it. Until I hit one number, that stopped everything. And that's exactly what we're going to find out today. My name is Nate, and I think way too much about why some stocks make you rich while others destroy your wealth. If this changes how you think about investing, hit subscribe. Let me start with a simple question. What is your company's biggest fear? Not a bad quarter, not a slow year. A hack. One morning, you walk into the office. Your files are locked. Your systems are frozen. Someone got in, and you had no idea until it was too late. That's the world CrowdStrike was built for. Think about how a thief breaks into a house to steal your safe. They need to sneak past the guard at the front gate, pick the lock on your door, and avoid every camera inside. CrowdStrike works like that CCTV inside your house, watching every step, every movement, every corner. The moment something looks suspicious, it calls the police. Instantly. In technical terms, that's called EDR, Endpoint Detection and Response. And right now, CrowdStrike owns 18% of that market. Number 1. Ahead of even Microsoft Defender, which comes pre-installed on every Windows computer in the world. But CrowdStrike didn't stop at the CCTV. They're expanding into every part of the house. The lock on your front door, controlling who gets in and who doesn't. That's IAM, Identity Access Management. The guard standing at your front gate, watching everything that enters and exits your network. That's SASE. And here, CrowdStrike doesn't go alone. They partnered with Cloudflare, one of the most powerful network companies in the world. The control room that collects every signal from every camera, every lock, every gate, and looks for patterns. That's SIEM. Put it all together, CrowdStrike sits at just 7% of this combined market. A market growing over 15% every single year. The house is big, and they're still moving in. So far, this sounds like a great business, but great businesses get copied all the time. So the real question is, why can't anyone just build a better CCTV and take CrowdStrike's customers away? The answer is something called a data flywheel. Every time a new customer installs CrowdStrike, they become a new sensor on the network. Every file opened, every connection made, every suspicious movement, all of it flows into one central AI brain that gets smarter over time. More customers, smarter AI, better protection, more customers, round and round, forever. And in the AI era, the most important thing isn't the model. It's the data you train it on. A competitor starting today doesn't just need better software. They need 10 years of threat data from millions of devices across every industry and every country. You can't buy that. You can't fake that. But here's my favorite proof that this moat is real. July 2024. CrowdStrike pushed a faulty update. 8.5 million computers crashed. Delta Airlines lost $500 million and sued for the full amount. And when the dust settled, customers were still with CrowdStrike. Many even expanded their services. Think about that. Your vendor just crashed your entire operation, and you're still not leaving. That's not forgiveness. That's switching costs built by the data flywheel. Ripping out every sensor, every camera, every year of threat history, and starting over with someone else is simply too painful. That's a moat that gets stronger every single day. A great business needs great people running it. So, let's talk about George Kurtz. Co-founder, CEO for 14 years, still owns a significant stake in the company he built. That last part matters. When the person running the business also owns a large piece of it, they think like an owner. Every decision affects their own wealth. And the moment that proved it to me wasn't in an earnings call. It was July 2024, when 8.5 million computers crashed because of his company's mistake. Kurtz didn't hide. He came out immediately, apologized publicly, and changed the update process on the spot. That's how an owner behaves. Two things gave me pause, though: His compensation, $247 million in fiscal year 2026. And he sells shares regularly, not deal breakers, but worth watching. Overall, management passes. So here's where we are. The business, extraordinary. Real moat, getting stronger every day. The management, passes. Everything checks out. So there's only one question left. Is it worth buying at this price? Now, if you look at CrowdStrike's reported earnings in 2026, the company is still losing money. Net loss of $161 million. So how does a loss-making company worth anything at all? This is where most people stop, and this is exactly where I start. What I do is look through the reported numbers, straight down to the true earning power of the business, and the gap between the two comes down to one thing: stock-based compensation, or SBC. Here's what it is. Instead of paying employees purely in cash, CrowdStrike pays part of their salary in company stock. Under accounting rules, this gets recorded as an expense, which is why the reported earnings look negative. But here's the thing. SBC doesn't affect real cash flow. Not a single dollar leaves the building. Now, SBC does dilute your future ownership. That's a real cost, and I'm not ignoring it. But in cybersecurity, every great company uses SBC to attract and retain the best engineers in the world. And my view is simple. If that SBC drives earnings faster than it dilutes, it's worth it. That's why I look at earning power excluding SBC. To see the true cash generation of the business. Right now, CrowdStrike's SBC runs at 25% of revenue. Strip that out, and the operating margin is already at 22%. But here's the real question. What happens when CrowdStrike matures? Look at Palo Alto. They ran high SBC for years while growing fast. Then, as they scaled, SBC came down from 25% to 15%, and their reported earnings exploded. CrowdStrike is on the same path. At maturity, I think 30% operating margin is reasonable, in line with where Palo Alto landed. And with 20% revenue growth per year through 2030, driven by expansion from the CCTV into the locks, the gate, and the control room, the PE in 2030 comes out at 44 times. My threshold is 20. Even using the most generous assumptions, giving CrowdStrike every benefit of the doubt on growth and margins, we're still more than double my threshold. 3 years from now. And I have to be very clear about something. I'm not saying the stock will go down. Nobody can predict that. Prices move on sentiment, on news cycles, on things nobody sees coming. What I'm saying is this. When I look at the true earning power of this business, it's worth less than what the market is asking me to pay today. And that gap is too wide to ignore. The math says no. So, where does that leave us? CrowdStrike is one of the best businesses I've ever analyzed. Real moat. Right management, wrong price. It goes straight to the watch list. Not because the business is broken, but because great businesses bought at the wrong price can still destroy your wealth. The number I'm watching is simple. When the PE gets closer to 20, that's when the conversation changes. Until then, I wait. If this changed how you think about investing, hit subscribe. And let me know in the comments, are you watching CrowdStrike right now? I read every single one.